All right, so today's topic might be a little bit controversial. A little while ago, I was listening to a podcast with Jazz Joel Hall as well as Tamara Taggart. If you guys are from Vancouver, you know who they are. They're both pretty well known in the Vancouver media, working for Global, CKNW, and I think CTV as well. But this podcast I'm going to show you had an interesting topic. Will you side-eye people that still go down to the United States? I've always said on my channel, people are free to do whatever they want. But if anything happens while you're down there, it's on you. So I want to share their conversation with you, and I have a few comments on this. I'm going to get started right away because it is a bit of a longer one.
Yes.
Anyway.
But the traveling, oh my goodness.
Yes, let's
I don't
talk
know.
about this.
Are you judging people if they do travel to the States? Like, what are you thinking?
So I'll confess here, and I did this already on air, so it's not like I've been hiding this. We had bought tickets many months ago for the opening of the Seattle Seahawks season opener against the San Francisco 49ers. My son's a Seahawks fan. I'm a 49ers fan. We were going with two other family members, and we had bought these tickets many, many months prior. I had committed to going. Friends had bought them, and we went. And I did feel guilty about it, though. I did feel guilty. We just drove to the game, watched it, spent too much money. It's a football game, and we came home. That's it. We didn't stay for weeks or anything like that, but we did go, and I did share it with our audience, and some people were happy, some weren't.
Interesting.
So we bought them in advance. We did go, so I'm not making excuses for that. Do I
But
judge
you
people?
shouldn't have to make excuses, I don't think. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I feel like I judge a lot of people on a lot of things. But not on this, I don't. And I'll tell you why. Travel is it's a personal thing, right? There's so much that goes into travel. You're thinking about your family. You're thinking about maybe your mental health. You need a break. You want to go somewhere warm, or you want to go to an exciting game with your kid. You're thinking about your finances. Like, a lot goes into it.
Now, I want to comment first on the Seahawks game. I mean, if you bought it in advance, fair enough. It's like many people last year. When they booked trips to the United States prior to any of this chaos going on, and they can't cancel, I don't fault them for that. It's like my friends last year. They went to Las Vegas, but they went for an event that they paid for in 2024, and there was no way that they could actually get their money back, so they went reluctantly. But when it comes to what Tamara said, vacations, I'm not sure I 100% agree with that. Because vacations, yes, it is financial hit, and there's a lot of money that goes into it. But if you are dedicated to not go to the United States, there are other vacation destinations you can go to. Now, to be fair, I don't have any kids. I got a couple cats. But I do understand, like some of my friends that do have kids, they want to give their kids the memory of going to Disneyland. And me not being a parent, it's just easy for me to say, go to Paris or go to Tokyo or wherever else they have Disneyland. But it's not as easy as that. Because obviously a flight to Paris or a flight to Japan is going to be a lot more. So I understand that there are limitations for each different family that does go down.
So am I side-eyeing people? Not really. Like, I don't think it's a big deal that you went to the game. We usually go visit my sister-in-law in Palm Springs, or we have the last few years for Christmas. But this year I didn't want to, and I made it very clear, early on in the year that I didn't want to last Christmas. And everybody asked me why, well, my family especially, and I told them, I said, I just don't want to spend my money down there. I don't feel safe, actually. I don't feel safe. And everybody understood that, and that was that. But I didn't judge or think or side-eye anybody for traveling over Christmas. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, there's, I guess, those folks who don't pay attention to current events, or perhaps don't care what Donald Trump says. Look, my vacation is my vacation. My life is my life. I'm not going to let him dictate it to me. And I enjoy going to, I don't know, Seattle or LA or whatever it may be. And they're going to do what they're going to do. And I think that's part of being in a free society. And there's a lot.
You brought up a good point, and this is just my opinion. But the people that really don't care about any of the current events that are going on right now are most likely the ones that are still going. I'll use my friend as an example. I saw a reel of him and his two kids, and he took them to Disneyland. Fair enough. But then again, my friend does not keep up with current events or anything. I mean, I'd be surprised if he even knows who our prime minister is. But what I'm trying to say is that I've been shouting at the apathetic people in the United States, and we also have them in Canada as well. Now, do I side-eye to him and judge him? Be honest, not really, because I've already expected it from him. But if he starts to tout that it's safe going down to the United States and everything was fine, that's when he's going to get an earful.
Look, there's lots of Canadians, British Columbians who still go to Costco once a week or gas up.
No, okay, sorry. I didn't realize we were talking about that. I thought we were talking about travel.
Yeah. It's kind of the
So
same.
now you're talking
money.
about, no, grocery shopping is not travel.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No.
I have a problem with that. I do, because
Okay, I'm going to stop it here again. I know many of us watching this right now, it doesn't matter if it's travel or if it's shopping. It's the same thing for us, which is why I don't agree with Tamara on this. You're still spending money in the United States, whether it's going to be a vacation or it's going to be going to Trader Joe's.
everything that's happening and this talk about, you know, like Canada and Greenland and all of that, like, we have a Costco here. We have grocery stores here. Our Canadian dollar compared to the U.S., why are you going down there? I'm sorry, but no, I will side-eye you. That one, I'm side-eyeing you for that, but not for going to a football game. Yeah. I don't know. Am I off base here for drawing lines?
No, I think I kind of agree with you. I think if you're going weekly to the Trader Joe's or Costco, that's an issue for a lot of folks. But if you want to take the kids to Disneyland, I'm not going to judge you for that. And that's part of building family memories, and I think that's really important as well.
I think so too. But I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't want to drive across the border to go buy some groceries and not know. It just seems risky.
What I don't understand is that you're okay to go on vacation, but you're not okay to cross the border for groceries. I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that, you know, everybody has a different perspective, I guess.
Yeah, it's a different time. Its culture's always been a little different than ours, but it's polarized more than anything. You know, when people give you their opinions, they're going to give you their opinions. And even here, like yesterday, I had 2 or 3 people call in. Most people were really offended by Trump. They push back on Trump, but there's people calling in saying, if I had the opportunity to move to the United States and leave Canada, leave my citizenship, I would move. So, you know,
really?
There are a lot of, we have people calling in on our buzz lines and our open line called yesterday and said they would be happy to join the United States as the 51st state.
Yeah, come on. I missed that segment yesterday.
Yeah.
What are you?
Seriously.
I don't understand that at all. Like, give me a break. Are these, what age group are we talking? Who's saying this?
They sounded like grown men in their 40s and 50s.
Sorry, did you say grown men?
Grown men, yes. There.
I rest my case.
Well,
now, this isn't really something on the topic of this video, but maybe I do have to vent about this a little bit. I am kind of tired of hearing people saying that, you know, Canada's a shithole and I want to leave and whatever else. I mean, I get emails like this all the time. I would love to respond to them and say, get the hell out. Move. What's stopping you? But I really don't want to get into a back and forth with these people. I don't know. I think lately it's just been getting to be a real pet peeve of mine when people don't realize what we have in Canada. If you follow my if you follow my videos, you will know that I frequently show this video from Yahtzee Run, and he did a great speech about how he's so thankful for Canada because he came from a country that was war-torn, and Canada was the only one that would accept him, which really bothers me when you hear Canadians who were born here showing off their first world entitlement. I created my second Substack post, and I want to read it out to everyone. As a Canadian living overseas on a few occasions, it has taught me to be humble. If you knew me before, I was an entitled Canadian. I would always complain about the petty things in Canada that many around the world would wish would be their problems. But at any time I feel that slight bit of first world self-entitlement, I always remember what I have witnessed living in a poverty-stricken nation. And I'm not talking about Malaysia right now, I'm talking about previous countries. Be grateful for the passport that you hold, fellow Canadians. You guys know me as GTL, but before this channel, and even before I left Canada the first time, I'll admit I was a selfish little prick, and I was entitled. I complained about traffic. I complained about high prices. I complained about bike lanes. If you're from Vancouver, you know that one. But I don't see that as a problem anymore because I know there are countries out there where their citizens would love to have these problems. Because these other countries have to worry about things like where do they find their next clean water? Where do they find their next meal? Not even having a local grocery store or not even having a fixed address. I can guarantee you that the people that are going through this right now in the poverty-stricken nation that I was in would love to be in the shoes of people who are complaining about Canada. I hope this makes sense. I'm just ranting here without a script. But it just really triggers me when I see people complaining about Canada, because I can see their self-entitlement. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on my vent.
You know? Well, look, it's.
Listen, I'm just teasing about that part because I know some grown man is going to call in now and complain about it, but You know what? Here's the thing. I think that we are in a very toxic time, and it's scary for a lot of people. And where you choose to spend your dollars is important. And, you know, you get to choose where you want to spend them. And I'm choosing to not spend my dollars in the U.S. right now. We have lots of other options as a family to go somewhere and have fun. But I will never understand somebody saying they would be happy to join the U.S. I don't get that. We live in a beautiful, amazing, strong country that is, I've always thought was very accepting of everyone. And yeah, of course, we're always going to hear some noise, but I mean, come on, that's a, no, I don't go for that. But traveling, you know, we're talking about traveling, and I'm not going to side-eye you if you travel with your family to the U.S. That's your choice. You're choosing to spend your money that way. But I'm right now, we're not going to do that, I don't think, but I'm not going to judge you if you do, for sure.
There you go. Well, Tamara, I always enjoy our conversations. Thanks for dropping by. We'll chat very soon.
So back on the topic of side-eyeing. As I've said on my channel, everybody's free to do whatever they want. And to be honest, some people I expect it from them. But what I will not take is these Canadians going down to the United States saying that everything is fine and everything is overblown. Like that snowbird, Joan, who said that everybody down in Florida is apologizing to her and happy that she's back. People like that who live in their little bubble, you can stay in your bubble, but don't push your beliefs on everybody else. Okay, that's all I got for today's video. If you found any value in anything I said today, or you want to hear more from a Canadian perspective, make sure you hit the like and subscribe button below so that you get notified of my future videos. Thanks everyone. I'll see you in the next one.